the ground shake.
Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Tom Gummy, and today we are back for another statue tutorial. Today we are doing Twisted Chica, again another statue from the FNAF Twisted Ones series. Now I have seen some debate as to whether or whether not Twisted Chica is actually a character in the series, and this video is on the basis that Funko Pops, you know, the little vinyl collectible figures, actually did release a Twisted Chica, which would suggest some form of existence, and therefore this is kind of based on that character design. So again, I'll leave information about that in the description, go check it out if you want, but there is technically a Twisted Chica, even if it's not necessarily specifically mentioned in the books. So with that said and done about the statue, it was designed by _Deadpool_ and RedXPhones like normal. So again, huge thank you to them. So their information will be down in the description below. And also, one thing I want to do quickly is apologise about the lack of videos recently. Of course, in the past video, I mentioned that my throat hurt, and it turned out to be tonsillitis and a few other things, and I was basically ill for just under 2 weeks, and therefore was unable to make videos. So that's the reason behind that. So again, apologies about the delay, but hopefully this video makes up for it. So without further ado, the blocks you're going to need to build this are the following. You'll need orange concrete, yellow concrete, black concrete, magenta terracotta, purple terracotta, stone, white wool, yellow wool, pink wool, block of gold, light grey wool, nether brick, magenta concrete, white concrete, light grey terracotta, nether brick stairs, quartz stairs, pink carpets, and stone buttons. So if you want to grab them blocks into your inventory, that'll be great, and then we can get straight into building. So, let's begin. Just like normal, we're going to start off by building the front side of the legs first, and the front side of the legs is 12 by 8, so that's 12 tall and 8 wide. So starting off, we're going to do the first layer, of course 12 layers in total. The first layer is going to be 8 orange concrete, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that is layer number 1. Once again, that is 8 orange concrete. Now on top of this, we're going to do 3 more layers of 8 orange concrete, so that's the second, third and fourth layer, all again being 8 orange concrete. And once you've done that, it should be 4 blocks tall and should look something like this. For the fifth layer now, we're going to do 8 black concrete. So again, very, very simple. Layer number 5 is going to be 8 black concrete. And after every single layer, I'm going to back up, give you guys an opportunity to pause like this. If you do need to, please do use it, because again, very, very valuable. So the next 3 layers on top of this, so that's layers number 6, 7 and 8, are going to be 8 yellow concrete. So once again, layers 6, 7 and 8 are going to be 8 yellow concrete. On top of this, for layer number 9, we're going to do 3 yellow concrete, 2 black concrete, 3 yellow concrete. On top of this, we're going to do 2 yellow, 1 black, 2 yellow, 1 black, 2 yellow. Once again, that is layer number 10. Layer number 11 now, second to last layer, is going to be 2 black concrete, 4 yellow concrete, and 2 black concrete. And then the 12th and final layer is going to be 1 yellow, 6 magenta terracotta, and 1 yellow concrete. And once you've done that, that is the basics of the front side of the legs. Once again, that is 12 tall and 8 blocks wide. And if you want to pause, you're more than welcome to do so. So whilst that is the basics done, what we're going to do now is go ahead and add a bunch of 3D effects, also some indentations, basically smash it up, tear it up, make it a bit more interesting. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to start off by punching out, and then we'll add onto. So coming to this second section here, which is the yellow section, we're going to come to the first layer of yellow, second block, punch it out, and then we're going to continue by kind of going up and across. So from here, this block here, we're going to go up 1, 2, and on the third block, we're going to punch this one out. This should be down diagonal from the black concrete there, and we're going to go down diagonal to right like so. So that's 3 blocks on the left. From this block here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. On the third block to right, we're going to punch it out, go down 1. From this block here, we're also going to go to right 1 and up 1. And that's 4 blocks on the right side. So all these blocks, of course 7 in total, what we're going to do is go around to the rear side and we're going to indent black concrete. So again, we're setting it back 1 block into the statue, so that it has small indentations and just adds a bit more shape and a bit more depth to the character. So if you come back around to the front side, it should now look something like this, and that is step number 1. For step number 2, Slightly easier, what we're going to do is go to the first layer, the bottom layer, and in front of this we're going to place a row of 8 orange concrete. So again, this is a 3D effect. What we're then going to do is grab ourselves our nether brick stairs, and in front of the first, third, 6th, and 8th block, we're going to place a nether brick stair. So again, this is kind of working for the feet. And then what we're going to do is grab ourselves our orange concrete, and again, 3D effects, we come to the third layer, second block, place 1 orange concrete, leave a 4 block gap. So on the 7th block, on the third layer, place again an orange concrete. And what we're then going to do is come to the 4th layer, 5th block, from the left, once again place an orange concrete. So 3 blocks in total, and once you've done that, that is the lower half and the second step complete. And once you've done it, it should look something like this. Again, that's a 12 by 8. So we've got the first step at the bottom, which is the 3D effects, and then the second step, which is the indentations. Once again, that's the legs complete, 12 tall, 8 wide, and if you want to pause, you're more than welcome to do so. So once we've got that out of the way, now what we're going to do is move on to the upper body. So for the upper body, we start off on our first layer. We're going to place 1 magenta. We're then going to grab ourselves our quartz blocks, and we're going to place a quartz stair towards the left, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. And the final block, just to cap it off, we're going to place another magenta terracotta. So that's layer number 1. So again, you can see it's this pattern where it's left, right, left, right, left, right. And then, of course, capped either side on the left side and the right side with 1 magenta terracotta. What we're then going to do is on the left side and the right side, we're going to expand 4 to left and 4 to right using orange concrete. So again, this is on the 13th layer of the build, the first layer of the body. And essentially what this is doing is marking out where the hands are going to start, and it means we don't have to count later on. We just come back and it's already done nicely for us. So, moving on to the second layer, we're going to ignore the arms for now, we'll come back to them, that's just a marker. The second layer, we're going to place on top of this magenta a block of your choice, doesn't really matter. And on top of that, we're going to place a second block, and on top of that, 1 magenta. Punch out these 2 blocks here, so you should have a 2 block gap, and underneath the magenta, we're going to place an upside down quartz stair facing towards the left side. Now it's important to bear in mind that there is a 1 block gap here. Again, this will be empty, and this will have black concrete indented 1 back, but we'll do that just afterwards. So the next step is, from this magenta here on the 4th layer, we're going to go 7 blocks to the right, like so, and now we have the platform, because of course you need a platform to build the stairs on if you're going to do them upside down. So underneath this, on the 3rd layer, we're going to have a quartz stair towards the left, upside down, 1 to right, and then we're going to keep the pattern going. So left, right, left, right, left, right. So again, it looks something like this, and once again there is a 1 block gap in between these stairs and these stairs. So this is the first 4 layers of the body. As I said before, what we're going to do is come around to the rear side, and behind the first, second, and 3rd layer, we're going to indent 3 rows of 8 black concrete. If you come back around to the front side, you should now see it looks something like this. There's no longer a massive gap, and that's what we're aiming for. So again, once you've done that, that is the first 4 layers complete. Now what we're going to do for the remaining 8 layers is nice and simple. On top of the magenta concrete, or terracotta, should I say, we're going to do 8 layers of yellow concrete. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and our 8th layer. And once you've done that, that is the top, because of course this is a 12 by 8. So the 4 layers at the bottom plus the 8 here gives us our 12 by 8. Now of course, this is just the basic shape. As I mentioned before, we're going to be adding some 3D effects. So in terms of the 3D effects in this situation for Twisted Chica, it's of course going to be the bib. So what we're going to do for this bib is we're going to grab ourselves our main blocks. The main blocks in this situation is going to be white wool, and then of course we've got a few other blocks which we'll add later on. So let me grab the white wool and also some light grey wool. And what we're going to do is come to the top left corner. From here we're going to place 2 white wool, leave a 4 block gap, and place 2 white wool. So 2 on the left, 4 block gap, 2 on the right, and that's the first layer. So I'll do it layer by layer. For the second layer, we're going to place 3 white wool, 2 light grey, 3 white wool. So once again, that is the second layer. The third layer, on the left side, we're going to leave 1 block. We're going to place 1 white wool, 1 pink wool, 4 white wool, and leave 1 block. So once again, that is the third layer, and we're working from top to bottom. The fourth layer, we're going to leave one again on the left side. We place one white wall. We're then going to place one block of gold, another white wall, one yellow wall, so one yellow, one gold, one pink, and then we're going to finish it off with one white wall. So that is the fourth layer. For the fifth layer, starting on the left side again, we're going to place two white wall, one yellow, two gold, one yellow, and two white wall. So that is the fifth layer. Once again, give you guys a few seconds to pause if you need to do so. Once again, going back to the left side for the sixth layer now, we're going to place two white wall, leave a one block gap, place one yellow wall, one white wall, leave a one block gap, and two white wall. And once again, that is the sixth layer of the bib. The seventh and final layer, we're going to come to the second block, place one white wall, leave a two block gap. We're then going to place one light grey wall, and leave a one block gap, and then one white wall. Once you've done that, it looks something like this. Again, if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. One thing to also bear in mind is that there should be one layer of yellow still exposed before you hit the magenta for this kind of teeth, stomach kind of region. So that is the front side of the body. That is a 12 by 8. Once again, if you want to pause, feel free to do so. Now's a good opportunity. And we're now going to start working on the arms. So the arms, if you haven't already, come to the 13th layer, build 4 to left, 4 to right using orange concrete. That's step number 1. Once you've done that, that's the first layer done. Now, the arms are 12 tall and 4 wide. That's on both sides, the left side and right side. We're going to start on the left side first. So for the left side, first layer is already done. Again, that's 4 orange concrete. Second layer is once again 4 orange concrete. Third layer, we're going to place 4 black concrete. On top of this, for the 4th, 5th and 6th layer, we're going to place 4 orange concrete, and we're going to cap it off with a layer of, again, 4 black concrete. For the remaining 5 layers, we're going to do 5 layers of yellow concrete. That will bring us all the way up to the top, will give us our 12 by 4, and as you can see, looks something like this. Now, in terms of the details on this side, we're going to, again, split into sections. So we've got first section, second section, third section, split up with the black concrete. For the second section, we're going to come to the third layer, third block, punch it out, and we're going to indent black concrete behind this one single block. In the third section, this upper section here, we come to first layer, second block. We're then going to come to second layer, fourth block, and we're going to go up twice, and in the middle one, go to the left one, like so. What we're also going to do is in the top left corner, we're going to punch the top left, down one, and to right one, like so, just to give it kind of a smooth curved edge at the top. And of course, that's quite a lot we've punched out. So starting off, in terms of this bottom block, we're going to place 1 black concrete, again indented. And on the lower half of this block here, this area on the right side, we're going to place stone. So going back around to the front side, I'll show you what it looks like. So the lower block is stone. We're going to go up one and to the left one, once again using stone. And the final block, the one at the top, is going to be black concrete. Now, in terms of this top left corner here, we're not going to place anything behind. That will come in when we start working on the sides. So for now, we're going to leave it kind of jagged at the edge, and it looks like this. So that is the left arm complete. Again, if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. Now, in terms of the right side, it's very, very similar. In terms of the basic shape, it's the exact same. So the first 2 layers is going to be orange concrete. First layer is already done, so additional layer, and then we're done. Third layer is going to be 4 black concrete. On top of that, we're going to do 3 layers of orange concrete and another layer of black concrete. Once you've done that, 5 layers of yellow will bring you all the way up until the top. As you can see, that is a 12 by 4, and we're now ready to start punching out some details. So once again, on the same system, section 1, section 2, and section 3, we come to section 2, the middle one, second layer, second block from left, punch it out, and we're going to indent 1 black concrete directly behind it. That's section 2 done, so now moving up to section 3, come to the bottom left corner, first layer, we're going to punch out first and second block, we're also going to punch out on the second layer, first and third block. Next part, we're going to come up to the 4th layer, second block, and then just like we did on the other side, we're going to punch out the top corner, so that's the very top corner, 1 to the left and 1 down. So in terms of this area here, we're going to indent black concrete, and then on the upper one, we're going to indent stone. So again, we go around to the rear side, we indent black concrete on the lower half, and on this upper block, we're going to indent 1 block of stone. So that is the front side of the arms. Once again, if you want to pause, please feel free to do so, and then we're going to move on. So, again, right now, if I back up, you can see the statue should look something like this. That is 24 tall, 16 wide, 8 wide if you're not including the arms. Don't know why you wouldn't include the arms, but yeah, that's the statue so far. One thing you can do, if you want to mix it up a bit, is change this block on the very top to stone, just again to make it a bit different from the rest of it, or alternatively, just keep it black concrete. To be honest, if you make it stone, kind of makes it look a bit more symmetrical, which is pretty nice. So anyways, as I said, that's the front side of the statue complete. Now what we're going to do is start working on the sides and actually making the statue 3D. So starting off, we're going to come to the left side, and we're going to start working on the left side of the leg. So starting off, we're going to, from this orange concrete here, expand 1, 2, 3 to left using orange concrete. Once again, the side of the leg is going to be 12 by 4. So the fourth block is already done. This is the fourth block, as you can see. So that means we're placing 3 blocks per layer. So the first 4 layers is going to be orange. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 is orange concrete. The 5th layer is going to be 3 black concrete. And then the next 5 layers is going to be yellow concrete. That brings us up to the 11th layer. So for the 11th layer, second to last layer, we're going to place 3 black concrete. Final layer of the 12th layer is going to be 3 yellow concrete. So from the side on, looks like this. That is a 12 by 4. Again, if you want to pause, feel free. In terms of the 3D effects we're going to be doing, on the first section, the orange section, we're going to come to third layer, third block, and we're going to place 1 orange concrete. In terms of the second section, the yellow section, we come to the second layer, third block. We're also going to come to the 4th layer, second and third block, and the 5th layer on the third block, like so. And that is the left side of the leg complete. So again, just giving you a few different angles so you can pause. And again, that is a 12 by 4. So the right side is basically the exact same in terms of basic shape. So we're going to expand 1, 2, 3 to the right. First 4 layers is going to be orange. So the layer at the start plus 3 more. The 5th layer is going to be black concrete. 5 layers of yellow. A layer of black concrete. And finally a layer of yellow. So once again, basic shape, 12 by 4. The 3D effects in terms of this side, first section, orange, come to the third layer, third block, place 1 orange concrete. Second section, in terms of yellow, we come to the third layer, second block. And the top section, the third section, we're going to come to second block on the only layer. And that is the right side. So again, 3D effects pretty simple, 3 in total. And again, if you want to pause, that is the right side of the leg. So once you've got the sides of the legs complete, we're now ready to move on to the arms. So starting off with the arms, we have to come around to the rear side because we're going to have to build the platforms. So unlike the legs, if you don't build the platforms on the arms, there will be holes in the bottom because the bottom is visible. So what we do is we come around to the rear side to the orange concrete and we expand 1, 2, 3 backwards all the way across, and it gives you a 4 by 4 platform, as you can see right there. We do the exact same on the other side. So again, expanding 3 blocks backwards all the way. And again, as you can see, that's a 4 by 4 platform. Now, what we're going to start off by doing is grabbing ourselves our nether brick. So we get that on our hotbar. On terms of the left arm, we're going to start in the front left corner. We're going to place 1 nether brick underneath. Go backwards 1, leave a 1 block gap, place another nether brick. From the front side, go 1 to right, leave a gap. Second block, place another nether brick. And that is 3 blocks in total. Looks like this. On the right side, it's pretty much the exact same, just mirrored. So we start off at the front right corner. We go 2 to left, second block, place 1, and we go 2 backwards, place 1 on the second block, and again, it looks like that. So that's the left side and right side of the underside of the hands. Again, these are just basic kind of little claws. If you want to use nether brick stairs, that would also work, but personally in this sense, the nether bricks do look slightly nicer, I would say. So anyways, if you head around to the left side of the left arm, we're going to work on that first. So once again, we're going to do the basic shape, and then we'll start adding some 3D effects afterwards. 3D effects on the arms are pretty simple though. So starting off, once again, it's 12 by 4. Fourth block already done, that's this one here. So 3 blocks per layer. The first 2 layers is orange. Third layer is black. The next 3 layers is orange. Then we have a layer of black. And then 5 layers of orange, and that will bring, yellow. Apparently I just lost all ability to tell which colour it is. and that'll bring you all the way up to the top. Now what you're also going to do is on the top layer, first 2 blocks, leave them, third block, punch it out. So just like we had at the front side, we punch out the top corner, so that's the very top corner block in the right side, down one and also to the left one. And what we're going to do in this corner is in between, we're going to place one, build up one, and it gives you kind of a gradient, as you can see right here, like a chunk is missing. That's the effect we're going for, and again, once you've done it, it looks really, really nice. Now, in terms of the 3D effects on this side, very simple. Come to the third section, the yellow section, first layer, third block, third layer, second block, only 2, and that's it. So that's simple enough. That's the left side of the arm complete, and we're now heading around to the right side. So once again, heading around to the right side, exact same logic applies. The first block's already done. Whatever's on the first block is basically what's on the layer. So the first 2 layers is going to be orange, third layer is black concrete, 3 layers of orange, a layer of black concrete, and 5 layers of yellow. Brings you all the way up to the top. Once again, in the top corner, punch out top left, or you could just leave it, go down one, and also to right one, and that gives you this gradient effect. In the corner here, place one, build up one, and that finishes it and gives you something that looks like this. Now in terms of 3D effects, very simple again. Come to the third section, first layer, second block, third layer, third block, 2 blocks in total, again, just like the left side, and that is the right side of the arm complete. Once again, that's a 12x4, and you can now see the statue is starting to come together quite nicely. However, if you come around to the rear side, not so much. It's lacking in a few ways, so we're going to start working on that, finishing it up, starting off with the rear side of the legs. So the rear side of the legs is a 12x8, just like the front side. However, the left side and right side already have a row complete. So what that means is that's 2 rows done, out the way, don't need to worry about, placing 6 blocks per layer, linking left side to right side. So in some ways, it's basically easier. So, starting off at the bottom, the first 1, 2, 3, and 4 layers is going to be orange. So that's 6 blocks of orange for 4 layers. And we're going to cap that off with a layer of 6 black concrete. On top of this, we're going to do 5 layers of yellow. So once again, that's 5 layers of yellow. Brings you all the way up to here. In which, for this layer, we're going to place another layer of yellow, so we'll do a 6th layer of yellow, 1 layer of black concrete, and then the final layer, which is the 12th layer, we're going to place a layer of yellow. Now what you'll notice is, unlike the front side, where we kind of have like this V shape going on the rear side we don't have that. Now you can add that if you want to, that's up to you, I'm not going to force you to, but it works out cool as well on the rear side if you leave it like this, because then we can add some more indentations. So again, basically, that's a 12x8. First 4 layers is orange, a layer of black. We then have 6 layers of yellow, 1 layer of black, and 1 layer of yellow. So, what we're going to do in terms of indentations, starting off, we are going to come to the second section, which is the yellow section. First layer, 6th and 7th block. Punch it out, we're going to indent with black concrete. We're then going to go up diagonal to the left, indent again with black concrete, up 1, to left twice, punch out, up, to left, and indent all 3 once again using black concrete. Final layer, we're going to come to the 6th block, indent with black concrete, and that is the first section, or I guess second section, because that'd be the first section, complete. In terms of the final section, which is just this single layer of yellow, we're going to come to the 6th block and indent 1 more black concrete. So that is the rear side of the legs. Just like before, we're going to add some 3D effects, this time only in the first section, which is the orange concrete. So starting off, we come to the bottom left corner, second layer, second block, we're going to place 1 orange concrete. For the third layer, we're going to come to the 6th block, and for the 4th layer, we come to the 5th, and again in total 3 blocks, and that is the rear side of the legs. So once again, if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. That is a 12x8, and that's the rear side of the legs complete. Okie dokie. So moving on up, we now have the rear side of the body. That is once again a 12x8. The good news is very, very simple. So starting off, the first layer we're going to place is 8 yellow concrete. On top of this, for the second layer, we're going to place 1 yellow, 6 black concrete, 1 yellow. And for the third layer, we're going to place 1 black concrete, 6 yellow, 1 black concrete. So that's the first 3 layers complete. On top of this, we're going to do 9 layers of yellow concrete. In this sense, I prefer to just build up 9 and do this all the way across. It's a bit less tedious, some ways. I guess in other ways it is just the exact same from going side to side. So it's based on what you prefer, I guess. But the main function is that you have 9 layers of yellow, and then the 3 layers already existent at the bottom. As you can see, once you've done that, that is a 12 by 8. And now what we're going to have to do is go ahead and punch out all the indentations. Not too many, but I'll go through them one by one. So starting off, we come to the first layer, to the third block, and we're going to indent 1 black concrete. We're then going to go to the third layer, 7th block, and we're going to indent a black concrete, and then go up diagonal to left and indent another black concrete. Moving on up, what we're going to do is from this black concrete here, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, to the right 1, up diagonal and up 1, so 3 blocks in total. Behind each of these, indent black concrete. The final one we're going to do is come to the top right corner. We're going to go down 1, 2, so on the third from top layer, the 10th layer, and the 9th layer on the 8th block, we're going to indent 2 black concrete. So it ends up looking something like this. Once again, that is the basic shape complete. The only additional thing we need to add now is the bib on the rear side. So for that, we're going to grab our white wool and our light grey wool, and we're going to start in the top left corner. So starting off on the rear side, come to the second block, place 1 white wool, leave a 4 block gap, and place 2 white wool, so 1 on the left, 2 on the right. On the left side, once again, we're going to leave a 1 block gap. We're then going to place 2 white wool, 2 light grey wool, and 2 white wool, and leave a 1 block gap on the right side. For the next layer, starting on the left side, we're going to place 7 white wool, 1 block gap on the right side, and then for the final layer, the 4th layer, we're going to leave 1 block, place 1 white wool, leave 1 white wool, 2 block gap, and 1 white wool. And it ends up looking something like this. So that is the rear side of the bib. Now, in terms of the rear side of the arms, it's a very, very simple case of pretty much the exact same as the front side. So, the only difference, 4th block already done, 3 blocks per layer. First 2 layers is going to be orange, third layer is going to be black concrete, 3 layers of orange, 1 layer of black concrete, and 5 layers of yellow. Brings you all the way up to the top, and ends up looking like this. Now what we're going to do in terms of indentations, section 1, come to second layer, third block, indent 1 black concrete. Second section, third layer, second block, indent 1 black concrete. Third section, first layer, third and fourth block, 2 black concrete. Third layer, second and third block, and fourth layer, second block, indent 3 black concrete behind those. So once you've done that, that is the rear side of the right arm. From the rear perspective, that's the left arm. And in terms of the other side, exact same basic shape again. So 2 layers of orange, first layer plus the second, 1 layer of black concrete, 3 layers of orange, a layer of black concrete, and 5 layers of yellow, all the way up to the top. Once you've done that, in terms of indentations, second area, first layer, second block, 1 black concrete. Third section, first layer, third block, 1 black concrete. We're then going to come to the third layer, second and third, and the fourth layer, third. On the lower half, we're going to indent 2 stone. And on the upper one, we're going to indent 1 black concrete. Once you've done that, that is the rear of the statue complete. That is the rear of each arm, both being 12 by 4. And that brings us to the final step before we move on to the head, which is filling in the shoulders. In terms of the shoulders, just go ahead and fill it in using yellow concrete. Once you've done that, that is the statue, or the body of the statue, complete. And we're now ready to move on to the head. Before we do that, however, I'm going to do a little spin around to give you guys an opportunity to pause and catch up if necessary. Again, if you got it figured, you're good to go. Just skip forward to about a minute in the video and we'll be rocking and rolling. But apart from that, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to catch up. If you've fallen behind for this, I'm going to give you a specific point. So for example, I'm going to go to the front side of the legs. This is the front side legs. I'm going to state the dimensions. That's 12 by 8. I'm going to state roughly where the 3D effects are, so at the bottom, and then I'm going to give you guys a brief opportunity to pause. Now I'm not going to say that every time, I'm just going to kind of let you guys figure, but please do take the opportunity. So moving on up, we have the front side of the body. Once again, that's a 12x8, and the front side of each arm, both 12x4. The 3D effects is at the top center in terms of the bib, and also underneath each hand we have the nether brick. Coming around to the left side, we have the left side of the leg. The 3D effects are mainly in the middle, but you can see they vary throughout, and that's a 12x4. With the underside of the left hand, which is a 4x4 with the 3D effects at the front left corner. Coming around to the left side of the arm, we have the left side of the arm. That's the 12x4, and the 3D effects in the top center. Coming around to the right side, with the right side of the leg. Once again, a 12x4, 3D effects mainly in the middle, but varies throughout. Underside of the right hand is a 4x4, front right corner is where the 3D effects are. And the right side of the arm, once again, 12x4, 3D effects in the top center. Coming around to the rear side, we have the rear side of the legs. That's once again a 12x8. The 3D effects are at the bottom half. Moving on up, we have the rear side of the body, 12x8, 3D effects at the top center. And either side with the left arm and the right arm, which are both 12x4. Final side is the shoulders, that is 16 wide by 4 blocks thick, as you can see. Gradient effects in the corners, just at the front side. And yeah, pretty much that's it. So, hopefully you have something that looks like this. Again, if you haven't, please do not hesitate to go back in the video, see where things haven't gone quite to plan, pause, catch up, do whatever you need to do. Just don't move on to the head, because otherwise you're just kind of delaying the process a bit. Ultimately, it's still going to be messed up, whether you choose to accept it or not. So it's better to go back, figure it out, and hopefully move on. If you do have any issues, please don't hesitate to let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll try and help you as best as I can. With that said, we're now ready to move on, so let's do it. We're going to start on the left side. We're going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 5th block from left, we're going to place 1 yellow concrete. We're going to bring it 1 block forwards, and then we're going to place an orange concrete. So it now extends 2 blocks over the front side. We're then going to expand it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left, and that's now 8 blocks wide. Now on the right side, we're basically going to repeat the exact same. So come to the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th block, place a yellow concrete, 1 forwards, and then 1 orange. And then in terms from the side perspective, we're going to go 5 blocks to the right. So that's 2 block extension on the front side, 2 block extension on the rear side. In terms of the rear side, just link it together using 6 blocks of yellow in the middle. And in terms of the front side, 6 yellow in the middle on the front layer, and also 6 in the middle, like so. So that's an 8x2 overhang on the front side, 8x2 overhang on the rear side, and most importantly an 8x8 square. Now normally that would be a good template for a head. Of course this statue is slightly more difficult in the sense the head is slightly different dimensions. So in this case, the head is indeed 11 blocks tall, but the basic statue or the basic head will be very similar. So starting on the left side, we're going to work on the left side of the head first. We'll get the sides out of the way and then we'll link everything on the front side and the rear side. So starting off, we have the first layer, which is 7 yellow concrete and 1 orange. The second layer we're going to place, once again, 7 yellow, 1 orange. So first layer and second layer exact same. What we're then going to do is on the first layer, punch out the first block, just so similar to what we got here, has kind of a little corner edge. For the third layer, starting on the left side, we're going to place 4 yellow concrete. We're then going to grab ourselves our quartz stairs, and we're going to place 4 quartz stairs facing towards the left side into the yellow concrete. The next layer, the fourth layer, we're going to start off by placing 1 purple terracotta, 1 magenta, 1 purple, 1 magenta, and we're going to repeat the exact same for the next layer, which is indeed the 5th layer. For the 6th layer, we're going to place 8 yellow concrete, and underneath this, we're going to place 4 quartz stairs facing towards the left side. Again, they're all upside down and facing into this magenta terracotta right here. So once again, that's the first 6 layers. If you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. So on top of this, what we're going to do is 7 blocks of yellow concrete and 1 magenta, and we're going to repeat that again for the 8th layer. So that's 7 blocks of yellow on the left side, 1 magenta. The next 3 layers is going to be 8 yellow concrete, and that will bring us all the way up to the top to the 11th layer. So that's the 9th, 10th and 11th layer, and on the 11th layer we're going to punch out the top left and top right, and it will give it again a bit more shape like so. So that is the basic shape of the head. In terms of indentations, we come to the second layer, second block. We're going to indent 1 black concrete. We're also going to come to the 10th layer, 4th and 5th block, and then underneath we're going to indent 3 black concrete, like so. So that is, again, the left side of the head. Now, in terms of 3D effects, very, very minimal. We're going to start off by coming to this section here. So the 6th layer, second block, place 2 yellow concrete. On top of this, place 3 yellow concrete. And on top of that, the second block, we're going to go up 1 using yellow concrete. We're then going to head over to the right side, and on the 9th layer, on the 7th block, we're going to place a yellow, so it'll be diagonal from this magenta right here. So once again, if I back up, this is the left side of the head complete. If you want to pause, you're more than welcome to do so. Now what we're going to do is head around to the right side. It's very, very similar in terms of basic shape. So we're going to essentially copy it and then add its own 3D effects, which is slightly more difficult. So the first layer, as I said before, is going to be 1 orange, 7 yellow. We're going to repeat this for the second layer. So once again, that's 1 orange, 7 yellow. The third layer is going to be 4 quartz stairs facing towards the right side. We're then going to place 4 yellow. Now on the right side, on top of this 4 yellow, we're going to go magenta, purple, just like we did on the other side, and we're going to do that for 2 layers. What we're then going to do on top of this is place a layer of 8 yellow, and underneath it, on the left side, we're going to place 4 quartz stairs upside down, facing into the magenta, so facing towards the right. Now that is the first 6 layers complete. For the 7th and 8th layer, we're going to place 1 magenta, 7 yellow. So once again, that's 1 magenta, 7 yellow, and that is the 7th and 8th layers. For the 9th, 10th, and 11th layer, we're going to place 8 yellow concrete. Just like we did on the other side for the 11th layer, we're going to punch out the top left and top right corner, and it gives you something that looks like this. So that is the basic shape of the right side, and now what we're going to do is start adding some 3D effects. As I mentioned before, this side's slightly more difficult because there is, of course, the cupcake, which is melted into the side of the face. So, starting off, we're going to come to the bottom layer, to the 4th block from left. We're going to place 1, 2, 3 yellow concrete. On top of this, we're going to place a layer of 5 yellow concrete, so extending 1 to left, 1 to right. And on top of this, we're going to place, let me grab my light grey terracotta. So on top of this, we'll leave 1 block. We're going to place 3 light grey terracotta, leave 1 block, and we're going to do this twice more. So that's 3 layers of 3x3, and it looks like this. On top of that, we're going to place a layer of 5 magenta concrete. So once again, that expands 1 to left and 1 to right, and we're going to repeat this twice more. So again, ends up looking something like this. Now, in terms of the middle part, so the 3rd block, we're going to grab ourselves our white concrete. We're going to build up twice using white concrete. We'll then, don't drop it, we're going to place a orange concrete on top of that, and you can kind of see the side of the cupcake. So that's the little base part, the actual cupcake itself, and the candle. Now, to the left of this, to the left of the white concrete, we're going to place 3 yellow concrete. We're going to go down 1, and we're also going to go up 1 and to the right 1. So that's the first layer of the 3D effects at the side. There's 2 more layers, so we're going to add on to it layer by layer. So again, give you guys a brief opportunity to pause, and then we're going to move on. So for the second layer, we're going to come back to the bottom, come to the second row here, leave 1, place 3 yellow, and leave 1. And on top of this, we're going to place 2 light grey, 1 yellow. On top of that, we're going to place 2 layers of 3 light grey terracotta, and we're basically going to copy the pink to the exact same dimensions. So it's 3 layers of 5 magenta concrete, like so. And the final touch we're going to do is on the left side of the magenta, we're going to go up 1 using yellow, and that is the second layer. So very similar to the first, you can see the differences at the bottom, and then the only difference at the top is 1 yellow and none of the stuff with the candle. So that is the second layer. In terms of the third layer, it's essentially just adding again onto the magenta. So we're going to add the first layer and the second layer. However, for the third layer, we're going to place 1 yellow and 3 magenta. So there's a 1 block gap on the right side, and on the left side, it's yellow concrete. Of course, at the bottom, there's nothing. At the top, there's nothing. And from a side angle, that is now the cupcake complete. So that is the right side of the head complete. Again, if you want to pause, you're more than welcome to do so, and I'll give you a few angles just before we move on. So now what we're going to do, as you can see, the left side and the right side is complete. We're going to link everything together, so what that means is starting to work on the front side. So starting off, we're going to come to the front corner here. What we're going to do is punch out the outer layer and replace this with orange concrete. And this middle section here will also replace with orange concrete. So everything that's visible should be orange. Doesn't really matter what's either side of it. What we're also going to do is expand it out 3 layers. So we're going to leave 1 block. We're going to place 6 orange, leave 1 block. In front of that, we're going to leave 1 block, place 4 orange, leave 1 block. And the final one, we leave 1 block, place 2, leave 1 block. So it gives you a shape from below that looks like this, and again from above like this, and it expands out 3 blocks over the already existent expansion. On this, basically, what we're going to do is grab ourselves our quartz stairs, and we're going to go from the rear perspective, so as if we're looking out the mouth. We're going to follow around the edge of the orange here. So on the left side and the right side, we're going to place a quartz stair facing towards the rear of the head. In the next layer, this one here, again, 2 quartz stairs facing towards the rear. In this middle one, we're going to have one facing towards the left, one towards the right, so on the left, one towards the left, on the right, towards the right. As you can see, this will be on the row lower than the other teeth, so this is in line with the orange and the yellow at the side, and then on the upper jaw, it will be in line with this row of teeth right here. So this one is set down one, this one isn't. Now, in terms of this area here, what we're going to do is on the row directly above the teeth, so this is the 6th layer, we're going to link it together by placing 6 orange in the middle. And what we're then going to do is bring it forwards. So we bring it forwards a layer, so that's 6 orange, again now as a 3D effect. We're going to bring it forwards again, this time we're going to leave 1 block, place 4, leave 1 block, and once again, leave 1 block, place 2, leave 1 block. So it's basically now parallel with the lower jaw. What we're going to do is repeat everything we did on the lower jaw, on the upper jaw, so that's the 2 quartz stairs at the side facing towards the back, and then in the middle, we're going to have one upside down facing towards the right, try not to do what I did there, and one towards the left. And if you back up, you can now see that it should look like this. So in the corners, there's a 1 block gap between the teeth. In the middle, there's a 2 block gap. What we're also, at this point, going to go ahead and do now is grab ourselves we can do any material really. I'm just going to fill it in with orange, because why not? And you can go ahead and fill it in with pink carpet. So this whole area at the front side, we're going to fill in with pink carpet. We'll come back later on and add some more detail. But again, for now, just fill it in with pink. Do this all the way until you hit the black concrete, which is for the indentation. So again, all the way back to here. And as I mentioned, we'll come back and add some detail later on. But for now, that is the inside of the mouth. Now, continuing with the upper head here, what we're going to do is, next to this magenta terracotta, we're going to leave a 2 block gap. We're then going to grab our magenta terracotta, and we're going to place a 2x2, and then leave a 2 block gap. For the next layer, we're going to place 2 magenta, 2 yellow concrete, 2 magenta, and on top of this, we're going to place 2 layers of 6 yellow concrete. Once again, make sure there's a block gap on the left side and the right side, again, just to keep the curve of the head. Now, in terms of this 2x2 shapes here, on the left side, we're going to place 2 black concrete on the left, and on the right, we're going to place 1 magenta, 1 black concrete. Exact same on the right side, just mirrored. So on the left, we place 1 magenta, 1 black. On the right side, 2 black concrete. Now, what we're going to do is on the magenta, we're going to place a stone button on each, just to add to the eyes. And the next step we're going to do is in between the eyes, on this section here, we're going to place a 2x2 of orange, just to add onto the beak. So you'll have this area on the left, the 2x2 of orange, and then the area on the right, with the area in the front side also still visible by 1 block. So that is the front side of the face. Only 3D effect we're going to add is on the second layer from top. On the 5th block, we're going to place 1 yellow concrete sticking out the front side. Again, very, very basic, but that's all we're going to add. So that is the front side of the face. Again, I'll give you a few different angles. And now what we're going to do is move on to the rear side. So yeah, that is the front side. Coming around to the rear side, it's again just a case of linking everything up all together. Make sure to punch out this bottom left corner, as I just noticed hasn't been done already. So this is what we're looking at so far. So once again, it's 11 tall, 8 wide. The first 3 layers is going to be yellow, so the first layer is already there. 2 more layers of yellow. For the next layer, we're going to place, so we have 1 purple terracotta. We're going to place 1 magenta, 1 purple, 2 magenta, purple, magenta, and we're going to repeat this for the next layer. So that is the 4th and 5th layer. And for the remaining 6 layers, we're going to do 6 blocks of yellow concrete. So again, that's 6 layers of yellow concrete all the way until the top. And once again, make sure there's a block missing on the left corner and the right corner. So that's the basic shape for the rear of the head. Starting off with the indentations, we come to the second layer, second block. We're going to indent 1 black concrete. Moving on to the second section, this upper section of yellow here, we're going to come to the second layer, second block. We're then going to come to the 6th layer, again, or 6th block on the second layer, if I get my words out correctly, as you can see there. So there is a 3 block gap, and then another one. On the 3rd layer, we're going to come to the 4th block. We're going to go up 1, to left 1, and up 1. And from the second block here, we're also going to go to right 1. And we're going to indent black concrete behind all of this. So again, it doesn't really matter how messy you are in terms of the inside of the head. Of course, none of it will be visible. So that's the left side. And what we're going to do is from this block here, we're going to go to right twice, up 1, so just down diagonal from the top corner, and we're going to indent 1 more black concrete. So that's all the indentations. In terms of the 3D effects, we're going to go to the bottom corner, second layer, 4th block, and also the 6th block, so we place 2. On top of the first block, we're going to place a row of 3 yellow concrete, and then we're going to go up 1 and to right 1, like so. So very simple, that is the rear side of the head. Once again, if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. So that brings us to the final side of the head, which is the top side. We're going to start off by filling it all in using yellow concrete. So fill a solid layer of yellow concrete in at the top, and then we'll punch out the indentations, and of course add the 3D effect. So starting to look at it from the front perspective, so this is the front side, that's the rear side. In terms of the rear side, we're going to come to the rear corner, come to the 7th layer, 3rd block, punch it out, indent 1 black concrete. We're going to go diagonal to the left, again indent 1 black concrete, and then to the right we're going to place, or we're going to leave a 5 block gap, or 4 block gap, and then on the second from last block we're going to indent a final yellow concrete. So that is what the top looks like so far. Again, brief opportunity to pause if you need. What we're then going to do is count to the middle on each side. So what I mean by this is we're going to come to the 4th and 5th block, so these 2 here, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then place 2 yellow concrete. And we're going to do this on each side. So on the left side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so these 2 blocks here, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, place 2 yellow. Exact same on the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on the 4th and 5th block, 1, 2, 3, 2 yellow, and you can almost guess where they are on the rear side, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so these 2 here, 1, 2, 3, place 2 yellow. So it gives you this ring like so. What you're then going to do is on the ring, expand it up diagonal on each corner, like so. So you do this on the front and each side, and once you've done that, it will give you kind of the spiky ring that Chica has on top. So again, it kind of makes it look a tiny bit like a pineapple in some weird way, just yellow. And the final step we're going to do is come to the front right corner and just build up 1 using yellow concrete on the second block from the corner, so diagonal in like that. So from above, looks like this, and that is the top side of the head complete. So what I'm going to do is do a little spin around, and again, that is the basic head complete. What we're going to do now is actually fill in the mouth, and once we've done that, that is the statue done. So yeah, not much to do left. So in terms of the actual mouth itself, of course, we're going to come in here. What you can do, if you want to, is grab yourself a sea lantern or some block that emits light, so that'd be sea lantern, glowstone, and just place a few under the carpet. Again, this is optional, just makes the video a bit better, so I'm going to place a few. You don't have to. If you want the mouth to glow at night, you can do it. Again, looks pretty nice. So this is the basic shape. In terms of the upper jaw here, we're going to go ahead and fill this all in with pink wool. Otherwise, because we don't want to be able to see into the upper part of the head, that's not ideal. So go ahead and fill it all in using pink wool. And what we're also going to do is try and remove as much orange as possible, so we maximize the pink. So in terms of this layer here, let's try and get away with it. I don't know if we can. No, we can't. So we're going to have to leave this orange, in fact. But make sure just to fill the rest in with pink. Now, in terms of this area here at the back, next is yellow, so we've got the teeth, then we've got 1 layer of yellow and magenta. Next to the layer of purple, we're going to place a row of 4 pink wool on the left side and 4 pink wool on the right side. In this middle section here, On the lower row, we're going to place 4 magenta terracotta. Second layer, we're going to place 1 magenta, 2 black concrete, 1 magenta. We repeat this, so 1 magenta, 2 black concrete, 1 magenta, and for the final layer, 4 magenta. Now what we're going to do is grab ourselves our quartz stairs. We're also going to grab a quartz block. So I haven't actually got this. You can use white concrete if you want to, or white wall, but place a quartz block in each corner. So top left, top right, bottom right. And what we're going to do is make a little pattern. So starting at the bottom, we're going to place a quartz stair towards the left, and one to the right. On the left side, we're going to place an upside down one facing towards the right, and a normal one facing towards the right. On the top side, we're going to have an upside down one facing towards the left, and an upside down one facing towards the right. You probably guessed it, but on the right side, we're going to have a upside down one facing towards the left, and a normal one facing towards the left. So that's the pattern at the rear of the mouth. Now in terms of the actual teeth in the mouth, what we're going to do is from this quartz block here, we're going to go forwards 1, second block, punch out, forwards 1 again, second block, punch out. We repeat this on the right side, so in front of the quartz block, 1, 2, 1, 2, like so, and place on the left towards the right, and on the right towards the left. So again, if you want to keep the light in here, place the lanterns underneath blocks that aren't affected by the stairs. Again, if you want to keep it dark, you don't need to worry about that. Now in terms of this area here, so diagonal from this stair and diagonal from this stair, we're going to punch out 2 more. This time we're going to place 1 towards the left, 1 towards the right. Now everything we've just done on the bottom half, we're going to mirror on the top. So again, exact same positions. So the 2 either side, like so. So again, they match up with the bottom, and then the 2 in the middle, diagonal on either side. So towards the left, towards the right, and again, it's the exact same as the bottom row. Once you've done that, that is the inside of the mouth complete. I'm going to get rid of my arm so you can see it. And yeah, that is the mouth. Most importantly though, that is the statue complete. There is your twisted Chica. So if you did enjoy this, a like would be very much appreciated. If you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing. If you actually want a chance of seeing my videos in your inbox, then consider pressing the notification bell. Not twice, because then YouTube might not think that you actually want notifications. I don't know, it's a weird system, so just follow me on Twitter at GummyBearGames, and I tweet out every time I upload. Probably the best way of doing things. Apart from that, again, apologies if my voice is a bit off. Again, the throat is still recovering. Apologies for lack of videos recently. Again, as mentioned earlier in the video, tonsillitis was a bit of a pain. Don't recommend it, so try and avoid getting that if possible. And yeah, there's going to be not too many videos in the near future, just because of uni and deadlines, exam period over May. But once we get to June and hit summer, it's going to be back to that grind, back to lots of videos. So again, let me know what you want to see on the channel in the comment section below. Once again, thank you to _Deadpool_ and RedXPhones for the really awesome design. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Tom Gummy, and goodbye. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light